दोस्तों, think about the conversations we normally have to keep our families safe, right? I mean, हम अपने बच्चों to drugs और strangers के बारे में कितना warn करते हैं? Constantly. But in today's explainer, we're looking at a massive, terrifying blind spot that we almost completely ignore. We are totally overlooking the modern, tech-savvy cults that are operating right under our noses today. They aren't just hiding in the shadows of the past anymore. They are literally thriving in the glow of our smartphones.
Okay, let's dive into this because this is a reality check we all absolutely need. You know, we often picture cults as something straight out of the 1970s, people in matching robes living out on some isolated compound. But what about today? Modern cults have evolved. Big time. They use the latest technology to recruit, they aggressively silence doubters, and they continue to run these creepy, highly controlling rituals right in the middle of our everyday society. Honestly, they usually just look like self-help groups, yoga retreats, or even a local acting class. Section 1. Bizarre and Supernatural. The Allure of Aliens and Ancient Spirits. Okay, take a look at this number. 130,000. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some historical figure from hundreds of years ago. It's not the population of a small city either. This massive number actually represents the active members of our first group, the Raelian movement. It was founded back in 1973 by a guy named Claude Vorilhon, and here's the kicker. He was just a failed musician and an unsuccessful race car driver before he started a movement that somehow convinced over 100,000 people to hang on to his every single word. So what do they actually believe? Well, the Raelian movement is built on the idea that all life on Earth was created by aliens called the Elohim. Vorilhon claimed he literally met one in a French park, a green-skinned alien rocking a goatee. I know, it sounds like a bad comic book, right? But their goal is dead serious. They want to build an alien embassy right here on Earth. And it gets crazier. Back in 1997, they founded an organization called Clonaid and confidently claimed to have successfully created the world's first human clone, a baby they named Eve. Let's look at another number, 35,000. Now, we aren't talking about followers this time. This shocking number actually represents an age, specifically the age of Ramtha, who is supposedly this incredibly ancient warrior spirit. And that brings us to Ramtha School of Enlightenment. The founder is a woman named J.Z. Knight. She claims that she can channel this 35,000-year-old warrior spirit. And when she goes into a trance to channel Ramtha, her voice drops into this deep, terrifying, gruff male register. It's wild to watch. She uses this whole theatrical performance to manipulate thousands of people. How? By instilling an extreme, paralyzing fear of, wait for it, lizard people. Yep, that and predicting imminent, massive natural disasters. She uses this sheer terror to force her followers to uproot their entire lives, abandon their homes, and literally flee to the mountains for safety. It's absolute control through absolute panic. Section 2, False Wellness and Control. We are looking at the weaponization of healing and self-improvement. Look at this comparison for the Buddhafield cult. The promise here was simple and honestly pretty alluring for anyone trying to make it in Hollywood. Acting classes and a weekend spiritual cleansing session for just $50. People genuinely thought they were just investing in their careers. But the reality? The leader, Michelle Rostand, was a failed Hollywood actor who would just walk around in a Speedo, playing the part of a mystical spiritual guru. But, and this is key, he was actually a licensed hypnotherapist. He weaponized those cleansing sessions to hypnotize his followers, extract their deepest, darkest secrets, and then basically use those secrets to force them into 24/7 servitude. Then there is Universal Medicine, founded in Australia in 1999 by a guy named Serge Benhayan. Their claims are, well, absolutely absurd. He taught his followers that dark energy and evil spirits were literally hiding in everyday foods. We're talking about things like biryani, carrots, and potatoes. And his prescribed cure to expel these evil spirits? Burping. Literally just burping away the dark energy. Now, while it sounds hilarious to us, the legal reality is incredibly dark. Courts officially declared Universal Medicine a socially harmful cult, exposing that they had heavily manipulated their followers and robbed them of millions of dollars. And you know, it's not just New Age wellness stuff. This infiltration happens in traditional spaces too. Take the Remnant Fellowship, which started back in 1986 with a really simple promise, a Christian weight loss program led by a woman named Gwen Shamblin. It seemed innocent enough, right? But the reality was this incredibly toxic environment where being overweight was directly equated to having a lack of faith in God. This extreme dieting program forced followers to restrict themselves to just 10 bites of food a day. 10 bites. It morphed from a diet plan into a highly controlling, deeply dangerous cult environment, where physical starvation was used as a literal tool for spiritual control. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is when you look at these methods side by side, from burping away spirits, to weaponized hypnosis, to ancient warrior trances, the sheer absurdity of it masks the severe psychological control going on behind the scenes. But I have to warn you, as deeply manipulative as these financial and psychological abuses are, things are about to get much, much more violent. Section 3. Criminal Empires and Terror. This is what happens when cults escalate to violence. Let's look at Swami Nityananda to see how this kind of power builds. He cultivated this massive following who genuinely believed he could perform actual miracles, like manifesting jewelry straight out of thin air. But of course, when the illusion cracked and he faced severe criminal charges for his abuses, what did he do? He didn't stay and face justice. Nope. He fled the authorities and audaciously claimed to have established a brand new, sovereign country called Kailasa. He literally tried to create his own nation just to escape the laws of the society he had been exploiting. But escaping the law is one thing. Actively attacking the public, that is entirely another. Look at Rajneeshpuram. The Rajneesh movement didn't just build a little compound. They built a massive, totally isolated city right in the middle of the Oregon Desert. Their rapid expansion was breathtaking, but it immediately caused intense, highly heated clashes with the local Oregon residents, who were understandably terrified of this huge, unchecked empire growing right in their backyard. And the cult's response to that local opposition? It is pure nightmare fuel. Under the direction of a leader named Ma Anand Sheela, they planned a terrifying biological retaliation. They actively poisoned local restaurants' salad bars in the surrounding towns with salmonella bacteria. And the absolutely crucial point here is this. This event remains the largest bioterror attack in United States history. Let that sink in. A cult, angry at local zoning laws and political opposition, deployed a biological weapon against innocent civilians. It is the ultimate proof of how incredibly dangerous and destructive a cult's unchecked power can really become. And if you were sitting there thinking that's just a crazy relic of the 1980s, well, you need to know about the Zizians. This is a modern, highly aggressive cult operating right now, right in the heart of the tech world in Silicon Valley. Their ideology doesn't even bother hiding behind peace, love, or spirituality. Their chilling, openly stated mantra is simply violence is the answer. And this isn't just tough talk on anonymous internet forums. The Zizian ideology has real-world, bloody consequences. They have already brutally attacked a local landlord and a border patrol agent. This perfectly illustrates the immediate physical danger that modern cults pose today. They are in our tech hubs, they are in our neighborhoods, and they are more than willing to draw blood.
I want to leave you with this final, vital thought as we wrap up this explainer. Manipulation doesn't always look evil. It usually comes dressed as community, healing, and love. But if someone isolates you from family and steals your money, that is evil. आज के time पे evil एक smile के पीछे छुपता है, आपको एक self-improvement class offer करता है. The test is really simple. क्या वो आपको आपके अपनों से दूर कर रहे हैं? If the answer is yes, run. So my question to you is this. Look closely at your own life. Are you genuinely growing? या आप slowly isolate हो रहे हो? Keep your eyes open, stay safe, and keep learning.